Ladies and gents, Southern Gamer Productions and I have been going back and forth. We have a little bit of a debate going on. I say wheat makes more money. He says canola. There's only one way to find out. Let's take it in to the farming simulator and do some myth busting. Once again, personally, I feel like wheat's going to win, but I could be wrong. Let's find out which crop is worth. Now, we're going to start on field 16. I have a crop on here right now. We're going to get rid of this crop. We're just going to plow it under and start a new crop over it. We will not be using fertilizer for the test, but I think either way you're going to find fertilized or non-fertilized. You're still going to... Actually, you know what? Let's do run fertilizer because that way there'll be no doubt about it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the loan out. We're going to rent some equipment. I'm going to get this field plowed under, and then we're going to fertilize it, and we're going to grow wheat first. All right, so I'm finishing up the fertilizing of field 16. Once again, we're doing wheat. Next up is canola. Who do you think is going to win? My bet is on wheat. All right, so we have, once this is done, we'll total it up. So field number 16 yields what? Yields poopy. Fully fertilized, fully seeded. Field number 16 yields 65,624 liters of wheat. All right, so we're going to get seeding, and then I will join you in a minute. We're going to change our crop over to canola. There we go. And so here we are finishing off the rest of the field, and I will catch up with you in a moment. So we have $0. It's 1800 in the afternoon. We are going to fill up our trailers and sell our wheat and find out what the exact amount of dollars we got from field 16. So this is wheat versus canola. In a head-to-head battle, we're going to get our results here in a second. Who is the winner? Who makes more money? Add back the $3. We have $19,914 worth of wheat. Once again, $19,914. So let's find out if canola is worth that much. All right, so this should look familiar. Let's go ahead and start the truck. We have $0, soon to be negative $3. Here's our canola that we harvested from the exact same field using the exact same method. Same fertilizer, same sowing, same coverage. Everything's exactly the same. Who's going to win this? And there it is. So in this case, canola's the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, so you got to see there that Southern Gamers Production was correct. Canola is the winner. It's a very small margin. I wanted to show you something real quick. You can always come in here and look through pricing, okay? So the top price that I could get for wheat was $304. If you double that, we're going to look at the canola price. $617 is the highest for canola. If I double 304, it's 608. So 608 is not as much as 617, right? So I know right there canola's the better crop. Now, if this price is more than this when you double it, then you're better off growing this crop. So here in this case, barley would have been 670, okay, versus 617. So if I would have grown barley, I actually would have made more money than either wheat or canola. These prices fluctuate during the game. So sometimes wheat goes up and it's worth more than barley. Sometimes barley goes up and it's worth more than wheat. Sometimes canola goes up, sometimes canola goes down. They all go up and down. So you can always come in here and look. You always want the highest value of your crop you're growing to be over double what canola is. Otherwise, canola is the better one to grow. However, there's one situation where wheat and barley are better. If you have cows or if you're trying to make silage or chaff, then you want to do wheat or barley because wheat or barley are going to leave behind straw. You can use straw to bed your cows so that they have the straw for their pens, and then you get manure, and then you can use that as fertilizer. Or you can chaff the straw. You can bale the straw. You can do all kinds of stuff with the straw. If you take the chaff, you can run it down to the biogas plant. You can turn it into silage and sell it to the biogas plant and make millions of dollars. And you can see I've got lots of videos about that information. If you have more questions about that, check out my silage tutorial or my video about the Krone Big X. Both of them talk about how to do that. So wheat and barley do beat canola because they give you straw. But from a strictly crop sense, if you're just gathering the crop and not worrying about straw, well, today canola was the winner. Tomorrow, actually today, if you really look at it, barley was the winner, but barley wasn't part of this competition, so I lose. If I would have said wheat and barley versus canola, I might have won, but that would have taken me a lot longer to make the video too. So, all right, so one thing that the canola does get you that I wanted to mention before I close the video off is that canola is easier to harvest. So even though you don't get the straw, canola does give you the benefit of the fact that where a harvester can go up the field once and come back down, and once it comes back down, it's full. Well, with canola, because it takes up less space and it doesn't yield as much, you can actually get up the field and down the field twice. So it goes up, down, up, down. You have 4 trips now before you have to unload it. So you don't have to unload the harvester as often. And the other benefit of that is that the tippers don't need to be as big, or you don't need to drive around as much, because you can have the smallest tipper in the game and run all of the crops. But the problem is, if you have 65,000, liters of wheat to deliver, it might take you 20 trips back and forth to deliver it with the smaller tipper. But if you have canola, now it's going to take you half as many trips, and that could make your life a lot easier. So canola, from a handling perspective, is an easier crop than any of the other crops in the game because it just has such low volume per field. So in a sense, when you're starting out, canola might be the best starter crop. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video and got something out of it. Once again, wheat, barley, and canola, if you're just doing the crops, they're all so close that one day one could be a winner, the next day the next could be the winner. But in this case, canola was the winner. So have a great night. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the farm.